Are you tired of the blind leading the blind? Are you ready to escape the 9-to-5 grind and build a life that truly makes you happy? Are you ready to build generational wealth for you and your family? If any of this sounds like you, then breathe easy, because you are exactly where you need to be right now. A wise man once said, "When the student is ready, the teacher shall appear." So have faith in what I said and follow the path. My name is Khadija LaShawn, and I am the Black guidance counselor that my community needs. I'm a strategic investor and CEO. I make money in my sleep, and I teach others how to do the same. I share my knowledge, talents, and resources with others. So if you're in need of that motivation or courage to start following your own path, look no further. My intention is to share as much value with you all as possible and to show you that there are many different paths to happiness and many different paths to wealth. You just have to find the one that's right for you.
How are you doing today? How are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm just come with the energy. How are you doing?
Well, I am still struggling with this sinus infection, but I've just been pushing through the days to, continue to show up for myself. So, just pushing through.
I got
Yes.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
we on the same level, man. It's the season change.
Yeah.
It's just the season change.
Today's episode was recorded via Anchor by Spotify and re-uploaded online.
Hello, everyone. My name is Khadija LaShawn, also known as your Black guidance counselor. I'm here to guide you to the resources that you need. Today, I have Stephanie Lawrence herself. She helps them obtain funding for their business. So what have you done and what do you do now?
So I started my personal credit repair company back in 2007 after repairing my own personal credit and helping my friends and family getting results as well. And I turned it into a business after I realized that, this is really what I wanted to do with my life. After I was let go from my job, working 10 to whenever, because I was such an essential employee, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to fill out another application again. I'm going to take this business seriously. I'm going to bet on myself. And I never looked back. And so I took the business seriously, started to promote my programs and services, and started to focus on growing my business. And most of my clients came from word of mouth because I got really good results, and, continue to do that for the next decade or so. As the business grew, I started to get more business owners that were already established, but their personal credit just weren't where it needed to be. But in addition to that, they needed more resources to be able to grow their business. And that's where we started to tap into building their business credit. And so as we started to build their business credit, they were able to get approved for, business funding to purchase equipment and inventory and hire more team members and really grow their business. We decided to focus more on those business owners as our premier clients. So we no longer provided personal credit repair done for you services and started to help business owners build their business credit. And if they were a VIP client that needed, more of a one-on-one service, we would add the personal credit, but we turned it into a coaching program where we can help more people. Turning it into a group coaching program allows us to service more people at one time. So, not to burn myself out, we decided to say, hey, let's open it up to more people. Let's, really walk them through this process so that they have all the resources. And I just poured, all of the background that I have, everything that I've learned over the past 14 years, everything that I continue to learn every day with my mentors and coaches and the changes that happen in the industry all the time and pour that into my students and clients so that they have the most up-to-date information. So that's where we are now, where we are now, coaching you on building your business credit so that you can, definitely fund, grow, and scale your business to the next level.
Awesome. 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 Good stuff. I love to hear it. Okay, cool. So, Stephanie, if you could tell us a little bit more about your business and what you offer, what type of services you offer people.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm a financial wealth strategist, and what I do is help business owners establish the credit they need to fund, grow, and scale their business to the next level. So it's really my mission for you to understand how the credit score model works, how business credit can really take your business to the next level when you have that extra cushion to tap into. And so what we do is coach you through the process of forming your business the right way, making sure you have all of the resources in place so that you can position yourself the right way to qualify for the funding that is out there, because there are a lot of opportunities for business owners to be successful. We just don't know how to access it. And so what we do is make sure your business is structured properly and help you navigate the process of establishing business credit and credit so you can also grow your income and revenue.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about what transitioned you to going full time with this. Like, how did you decide that this is the route that you wanted to go?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a funny story. So I actually
Okay.
started, I was a restaurant manager for about 9.5 years. And, I was going through some trials and tribulations at that time with my own personal credit. And so I started to learn, what could I do? I was getting denied for a mortgage loan. I got approved for a 2005 Ford Explorer, but with a 24.5 interest rate. And
Okay.
so it was so hard to keep up with those payments. And so after a while, the truck got repoed because the interest just killed me. And so at that point, I said, you know what? I can't take this anymore. Like, this is just too much. I need to learn how to turn my situation around, how to really, really improve my overall quality of life because I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I decided to get a mentor to learn about how to improve my personal credit and really, get started in this business. And so I found someone who had been in the industry for about 23 years and, really got trained on exactly what I needed to do. So that was the first step. I would say I would invest in myself to learn how to improve my credit and, really change the trajectory of my life. However, even though I learned how to get the business started, how to get results, because once I implemented those strategies, I actually improved my credit score 261 points in only 4 months. So that was,
Wow.
the next step. Yes, I was able
Wow.
to take those strategies and just like turn my credit around. So not only was I happy about that, but I started to help friends and family. I said, you know what? I was able to do it for myself, but let me see if I can really help other people and see if this process really works. So,
Okay.
yeah, I was like, you know what? Are they going to say no? Like, no, I'm going to offer it
It's
for
only,
free. Either it's going to
yeah.
work or they're going to be in the same position. So I said, let's give it a try. And so that's what
Okay,
I
so,
did. I started to help friends and family, and
okay.
they started to get results. And so
Mhm.
they would call and say, wow, things are falling off, the score's going up. And I'm like, great, this is working, awesome. But I'm the one who's doing the cartwheels and getting all excited. And so it was
Mhm.
at that moment that I was like, wow, this
Because you
joy
realize
that I'm feeling. Yeah. I was like,
the
wow,
power you're giving them.
this
You know.
joy that I'm feeling is what I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be doing. Like, I've always wanted to help people in some way. I thought I wanted to be a doctor, but this like confirmed and solidified like what I was supposed to be doing. The
Okay.
problem is that I didn't trust myself to do it. I trust myself to grow other people's businesses and help them, fulfill their dreams. But I didn't count on myself. So I still treated it like a hobby, didn't really promote myself, didn't talk about my services or anything like that. So I didn't jump out there, but
Okay,
I think,
so
go ahead.
I'm sorry. I get excited sometimes. So if I interrupt you and I'm being rude, please tell me. Just
Oh
tell me.
no, it's
Just like,
fine.
Khadijah, it's my turn, okay? And
Yeah,
I will
no,
give you
it's
your
conversational. It's totally fine.
turn. Okay, cool. So I was gonna say that I wanted to tell the audience real quick how I found you, just so
Oh
that
yeah.
people can know that yes, you are doing the work. Because okay, I will be honest, I don't like showing my face, to certain audiences, just because I'm a little. That's me short selling myself and me being a little shy. But you put yourself
Mm-hmm.
out there, girl. I respect it because I reposted one of your posts and so many people was just like, "Oh my gosh, who is this?" They was like DMing me, and I'm like, "No, DM her. This is the person you need to be talking to. Like, she's the one who can help you, because they don't. People don't realize reels are really how you reach a really big audience on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
And when
Mm-hmm.
you do things that are relatable, people can really want to work with you because they feel like they can relate to you. Being
Absolutely.
yourself is the best person you can be.
Absolutely.
Because the people who really rock with who you are and what you represent, they know that your intentions are good. Because just hearing you talk just now, I can tell that, you really want to help people. And you know that credit is a key that a lot of people are missing. They're missing that
Yes.
key. So if they get
Mm-hmm.
that key, they can unlock the doors to all
Yes.
the abundance that is out there because credit is the way I got my house and my car, so I can speak to that. It's real, and you really have to take it seriously. It's not something to
Yes.
take lightly because it sticks with you for a long time.
Yes. Absolutely.
To a lot of people, they don't understand the steps. They don't understand it because they don't see it.
Right.
When you're not surrounded by people who use credit and know how to use credit and know how to manage their finances, you don't really have a lot to learn in that aspect. So you have to
Yeah.
get yourself in the rooms where you can learn these things. Like just like how you said you found a mentor, that's a key that a lot of people miss too with their business is that you do need someone telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Like you have to take control of your life, take the reins over your life and take control of your credit because your credit is the key. It's,
Absolutely.
it's, it's a key. It's not the only key.
Right.
God is the key as well. I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
God is the
Exactly.
key.
Yes.
Prayer, okay, pray. That's all you got to do. Tell him what
Yep.
you want and
Yep.
believe it. Believe that he's going to bring it to you.
Yep.
Believe that it's yours already because it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we control everything. Your
Absolutely.
mind controls everything. So
Yes, it
I'm
does.
getting into some other stuff, but
No, it's the
okay.
truth, though. It's the truth.
It is the truth. People don't understand. I'm like, come on. Have you not watched The Secret?
Right.
Have you not watched
It's
it?
so
Come
true.
on. It's on Netflix now. You can't even say like you don't have access when you know you got somebody's login to some Netflix. Okay? You know you have access to Netflix. Everybody has access to Netflix. So go
Some ways.
watch The Secret. Go watch The Secret and understand that you control everything.
Yeah.
We are the master creators. That's why I created this podcast, the Black Creator Podcast, because we are the creators. We are here. Okay, so let me ask you something, Stephanie. Tell me a little bit about how you were raised and what type of habits you learned about money.
Actually, so many of us grew up the same way. And, I think that's where it all starts, right? That wasn't something that was talked about very much in the household. And went off to college. And when you go off to college, they throw all sorts of offers at you. And you're so
Mm-hmm.
excited to just embark on this new journey that you say yes to everything. So, I'm getting approved for Express, that was popping at the time, and all these different credit card offers, and I don't even have a job to pay these bills. So,
For real?
yeah, so I'm
Not a
like,
real job, like a side
right.
job,
Well,
but you a
I
student.
didn't. So they're
No?
throwing all these offers at you and you're getting approved for all this credit, but there's no real plan in place to take care of it and make sure that you're, using it and managing it in the best way possible. It's also not something that's talked about in school. So in high school, to prepare you for that college life, no classes in college to talk about it and really guide you through it. So that piece was missing. So, when I did see most of those things that were on my credit profile that were really dated back to that starting point in college, I was like, oh, wow, this is where it really all began. But I didn't have that foundation or that structure to help me understand what it even meant. Because when they told me I was denied for the home loan, I had no idea what they were talking about. They're like a 535 credit score. And I was like, what are you talking about? I gave you my pay stubs. Like, isn't that enough? And, so I was very green and naive to it and not really understanding that this 3-digit number was getting in the way of me achieving this big goal that I have for myself. I had just had my daughter, and that was kind of like a goal. I had to have this new life and start over and buy a home and buy a new car that was more reliable, and it just crumbled. So my dreams crumbled. I was devastated. I was really distraught. And it really all went back to not having that foundation, that education, to understand how important that number was and how to manage it and take care of it so that in the future it would take care of me. So, I did have a good education, like a great education. I loved school growing up. I'm a bit of a nerd. Like, if I could go to school forever, I'm one of those people that would. Even like in my business, I have multiple mentors and coaches because I'm constantly learning and evolving and just learning how to always, be at the top of my game and, learn other aspects as well. So, I'm definitely an education nerd. However, I was missing the foundational pieces when it came to managing money, managing credit, so that the credit could take care of me in the future. So that part was missing. And I think that once we educate, our families and our children and just our community at a younger age, we're just giving them that advantage so that they can really, have what we didn't have and make better decisions and, be ahead of the game before, they get caught up in that cycle. So I always urge, parents to start helping out their children so when they graduate from high school, they can graduate with the 700 credit score, and that should be their gift, right? So that they're
Like
prepared.
adding them as an authorized user and stuff
Authorized
like
users, yeah. So
that.
once they have that history, they can start building up their credit profile, start with their own secure cards when they're of age at 18, and then their profile is already positioned in a great way to benefit from that 700 plus credit score and, be able to like really make moves, as they're
Exactly.
starting their adulthood life. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I definitely want to dive in more from what you just said, but before I do, I want to speak on what are the types of benefits that business funding can do for businesses? Like, what are concrete? This business funding helps this person do this. Like,
Yeah,
tell me some more,
absolutely.
like,
Yeah.
of how people can use business funding so people can understand why it's necessary.
Yeah. So business credit is definitely important as a business owner. So it helps open the door to take your business to the next level. So most of us start our businesses the hard way, right? We're using a lot of our personal credit cards, maxing them out, taking out personal loans, borrowing money from family members, selling our assets, taking out our 401k. I mean, we're just exhausting all of those, resources that should be,
Resources.
protected. And so when our business doesn't produce the revenue right away, we're unable to pay back those debts and put back that money in a timely fashion. So now we're just kind of in a never ending cycle on a hamster wheel, right? Max out credit cards, your credit score takes a dive, and now you're not in a position to really help fix it. So business credit gives you that opportunity to separate yourself from your business expenses, so that there's a layer of protection. You're protecting your personal assets, right? It also gives you access to capital so you can purchase equipment that's going to help you provide a productive and efficient service. Helps you purchase inventory that you need to fulfill your orders. There's plenty of business owners who have high demand for their service, but they're low on inventory because they don't have the capital to purchase it. So they're not servicing as many people as they could because they lack the resources to be able to do that. And so what does that mean, right? That reduces the amount of money they can make, right? So when you don't have the capital to do those things like purchase equipment, purchase inventory, hire staff and team members to add to your business, to take on more contracts, take on more clients, right? You're losing money. And so you can't grow as fast as you could. And so you have a lack of cash flow, right? That's going to hurt the business. And that's what most businesses suffer with, the lack of access to capital and the lack of cash flow. And business credit helps you maintain that cash flow because you're not paying for all of your products and services right there in cash out of your pocket. You're utilizing your business credit that doesn't affect your personal credit, right? And you're able to grow and scale your business. So having that extra safety net, that cushion to tap into so that you can grow your business is really essential and gives you a competitive advantage. A lot of business owners don't know that when you apply for loans and you apply for business accounts and things like that, they're reviewing your business credit profile. So when you don't have any history built, you're looked at as a high risk, right? So there's no way to determine how well the business pays its bills and how responsible the business is. So that's why it's so important to build up a business credit profile. But it really helps you, kickstart the business, grow the business, maintain the business, and also increase your income and revenue when you have that to tap into. So it's really looked at as like a safety net, but also a competitive advantage so that, you can double your buying power, right? Not worry about your cash flow, and then really multiply your business growth by having those resources readily available to you.
Okay. So let me ask you something. By way of like tools, like if someone wanted to come to you and maybe they didn't want coaching, they just wanted a tool that was going to help them do certain things. Are you like doing ebooks or e-courses or anything like that, like for the educational aspect?
So I do have a starter kit, and that would be the first step to take. That will be something that will really, really give you a good foundation, but also get you started in the right position. So the business credit starter kit is going to help you structure your business properly, which a lot of business owners don't do. There's business owners who've been in business for 7, 8, 9, 10 years and still don't have the proper structure so that they could qualify for business credit and funding. So this starter kit walks you through all of those steps, making sure that you are researching, for federal trademarks, and so that you're not infringing on someone else's business name, making sure that you have the proper, setup, right? Or should you be an LLC or a corporation? Make sure that you have, the right address type, right? Making sure you have the right phone and fax number. So it gives you the resources in addition to the steps. So it'll say, hey, step 1, make sure you're doing this. Here's a resource to accomplish that. Step 2, this is what you need to do. Here's the resource to accomplish that. So it's a really good resource for people who are not ready for, coaching necessarily, but it'll give you that jump start you need to make sure that you're at least, in the right place when you are ready for coaching, but just get your business started, set up the right way, and in position to be able to qualify for business credit and funding in the future. So this is important even when you're ready to get grants and SBA loans and all that stuff. These are the things that they're looking at. So you want to be sure that you're just always in position. So that would be the best starter resource that I can provide.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me ask you another question. Can you explain to the audience a little bit more about why their personal credit matters when it comes to business funding?
Okay, so that's a good question. So a lot of people confuse business credit and business funding. So we're going to clear that up so that we can, have that understanding. So business credit is credit that is just built in the business's name and it's attached to its own EIN number. When it comes to business funding, now you're talking about, big money loans, right? Lines of credit. And so these banks and lenders want to be sure that not only the business is in position, owner knows how to manage its finances. So they will look at your personal credit. So when it comes to, trying to secure 100,000, 250,000 in loans and things like that, you do need to have great personal credit. If you have, a lot of inquiries and collections and tax liens and things like that, they're going to sense that you're in distress. And so you're going to become more of a high risk. And so they're not going to give you that amount of money. So when it comes to funding, a lot of people are under the assumption that their personal credit is not a factor, but it is. When it comes to funding, you definitely need to have great credit. That's why when we do our coaching program, we make sure that you are working on both at the same time. There's no reason to say, okay, I'm going to wait on building my business credit until my personal credit is fixed, or I'm going to wait to fix my personal credit while I'm working on business credit. You should be working on both of them at the same time so that you're always in position for whatever it is that you need to accomplish in your business and in your personal life. So personal credit is a huge factor when it comes to funding when you definitely want to scale to the next level. So when you're trying to, scale to that 6-figure, 7-figure mark, you do need great credit. And I mean like 750 and above is what we aim to see. But when it comes to just building, your business credit lines, you can definitely build that just in the business name, which is attached to your EIN number.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I think definitely I see the value there in having something like a security net for like a pandemic, because when the pandemic happened, a lot of businesses they lost a lot of money, but also they couldn't pay to maintain their business. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't retain their employees, and so I can understand why like business credit can come in handy then. But I also do feel that like there is a certain emphasis that needs to be put on understanding how to manage finances. If you can't manage your personal, you're not going to be able to manage your business.
Not
Like
at
it
all.
just goes hand in hand. So I definitely understand that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, okay, okay, cool. So other than your business funding, your starter kit, tell me a little bit more about that. There was like something that you posted. It was like the treasury, treasury, the treasury. Is that how you say it?
Treasurer
Let me read.
department. Yeah.
Yeah, that. They had some funding programs for Black-owned businesses that was
Yes.
released. Yes. Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes, 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 absolutely. So that program has always been in place, but what they're doing is they're just increasing the budget because they definitely want to help, minority small business owners. Like, um, Black women are one of the largest, fastest growing entrepreneurs right now, and so the budget has been increased, all the time. So recently it was $8.76 billion. They've even added more to that budget as of like a month ago. So when it comes to the minority small business funding, there are different programs in your local cities and right where you are that are participants of this program. So you don't get the money directly from the government. The government has the funds allocated and they give it to these different banks and organizations. Some of them are nonprofits and things like that because these are all privately owned banks and lending institutions. And then, the ones that participate in these programs have the funding available. So, there's no reason why any business owner should be struggling, because there are so many resources out there. You just got to know how to structure your business properly, and, how to qualify for that funding. And so that program particularly does not put a large emphasis on your personal credit, right? So you could get $50,000 to jumpstart your business, even if you have, let's say a 580 credit score, right? Obviously, they don't want to see, you know, 10 judgments and 9 collections and late payments everywhere. However, your credit score is not the determining factor, right? So if you can show what you are going to use the money for, how it's going to impact your community, how it's important to your business growth over the next 2 to 5 years. And if you can show that in a very detailed business plan, you can qualify for this funding. And so we go over that as well. We have a separate training that actually walks you through what that process looks like, how you can qualify, what you need to prepare for that. But yeah, it's definitely there and available for you guys to start your business and to
What's it
grow your
called? What's the
business.
program called?
I'm sorry?
What's the program called?
It's not a name for a program, but it's just for minority small business owners. So remember, there's different lending institutions who are privately owned who participate, who have the funding that's allocated to them. So it's reserved for minority small business owners.
I know. I'm saying, like, if someone were to look for that funding, like to go do their own research about it, how would they find it?
Funding for minority small business owners in your local city. Yep.
Okay, funding for. Okay. So you just look it up. Like, you just look up. You Google it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it on your own, you're probably gonna have to do a lot of research. So that's why we kind of save the time with that training that we provide. The information is out there, though. You will have to, you know, do some digging, your due diligence, which, we've all been there. I've been there at the beginning of my journey as well. But yeah, we save the time with the research, as well as, how to make sure that your business qualifies. So that's
Okay.
why we have that training, to save you the time and research and all that.
So what training is? Are you talking about your coaching?
No, so we provide that as a separate training if you wanted to. So if you're not necessarily ready for full on coaching, we still provide that training as a service if you are looking to get startup capital or funds to grow and scale your business, and you're a minority small business owner and you want to learn how you can get a piece of that pie.
Okay. Okay, cool. So these are all links you're gonna give me that I can put in the description, right?
I can, for sure.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Because I just want to make sure that the people have access to all the things that you're talking about. Because I feel like these are all great opportunities for businesses to learn how to manage their business. Because a lot of business owners don't know certain things, like how to keep good records for your business, how to do bookkeeping, or to hire someone to do certain things if you don't have that specialty.
Absolutely.
Um, okay, cool. Do you have anything else that you want to tell the audience before we head out today?
Sure. I mean, the only thing I can say is that, when you decide to start a business, we all have hopes that it is for a bigger reason, right? You should have a motivating factor on why you're starting this business, because nowadays, one stream of income is just no longer a luxury, it's actually a necessity in order to have a decent quality of life and to really accomplish the goals that you set out for yourself. So, if you are starting this business, then you want to take it serious from day one. If your business is going to treat you how you treat it. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby, right? So you just got to make that conscious decision that you're going to be serious about this journey, and you're going to either spend one of two things. You're going to spend your time doing all the research you need to get access to the resources you need to develop the business and grow the business, or you're going to spend money to tap into a network or a mentor, right? Or a coach that's going to give you the resources and help you through the process, right? So I learned that at a very, very early point in my journey, that you have to get it done, right? If this is your goal, this is your dream, you can't not do it, right? So you've got to get it done, and you got to either spend your time or you've got to spend your money. And, we didn't start these businesses to struggle and be tied to it. I know when I first started, I was like glued to my business all the time, always glued to my computer. But I didn't start my business to still not have time for my daughter and still not have quality time to do the things that I was getting away from my 9 to 5. So I would say, make sure
To
that
live
you
your
have.
life.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would
Like,
say,
that's the
make
whole
sure that
point.
you set the resources in place that's going to provide the life you want to live. If you want to be able to travel, then you need to know you have to outsource very early and hire a team. I wish I did that when I first started, right? I waited too long to put those things into place because I thought I wasn't ready and that I couldn't afford it. But your business will help you achieve those goals. I guarantee you. So, like I said, treat your business how you want it to treat you, and you will definitely be able to achieve your goals.
Okay. Okay, cool. I actually have a couple more questions now. So one thing I wanted to say is, what kind of tasks did you outsource um, with your business? Like, what type of things did you outsource for? Like,
Yeah, so I outsourced bookkeeping services because even though I have background in that from my master's, it's time consuming, right? And it's
mhm.
something that I want to be sure is done, A1, so that I'm always ready for tax season and things like that. That really messes up most business owners. So I outsourced that. I also outsourced an assistant, so a virtual assistant, to help me with day-to-day tasks that were also time consuming. So I work on, my money generating activities, right? So what I know is going to fill up my calendar, what I know is going to bring in awareness to the business, right? Because now I'm the face of the business, right? So I focus on those while my VA helps with the day-to-day tasks, right? That I'm just busy work. So what you should do is just make a list of all the tasks that you do, and whatever is busy work, that has to be outsourced. But things that are going to generate income, generate appointments, generate contracts, then those should be your focus. So I outsourced an assistant. I also outsourced some team members who would take care of like my VIP client experiences. So they're the ones who's like emailing the clients, making sure they're up to date on what they need to provide, and things like that. So I really focused on being the face of the business and bringing
Mhm.
awareness to the brand. And because I knew once I stepped out there and I stopped being afraid of being the face of the business, that's when my business turned around. So when I started to go live, and when I started to do podcasts, and when I started to, do speaking engagements, that's when my business truly, truly turned around. And so I focus on those money generating activities, and then I outsource everything else that's just busy work.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. I love it. I have so many questions. My mind is a little cluttered right now. Hold on. Because it's like, it's so much information that I'm getting from you, and I appreciate it. I really do. Because you taking
Awesome.
the time to give some knowledge to people, to tell them, hey, I'm here to help. I know how to go these directions. Do you want to go this direction? Like,
Right,
like, do you
right.
want do you want to scale your business? Do you want to outsource? Because I, for one, definitely agree with you as far as it being necessary. Because me being an influencer, people don't realize how many jobs and how many hats that takes. Much less
Absolutely.
even thinking about the business, not even the
Yeah.
influencing aspect.
Yeah.
Like your record keeping, your spending. Where are you spending your? Is this a business expense? Is this a business expense? Like making
Yes.
sure that you're in line with your business, and making sure that you're representing your business, that you're actually marketing your products and services. That's what I'm really trying to get in with you, because I want to make sure that it's clear with the audience what can I get from Stephanie Lawrence? How can she help me? how can she take me to the next level? Like, I want to be clear with the audience that, like, I'm also interviewing you. You know, I'm like, okay, can she help me with my finances? Because I need a little help. You know, we all need a little help. I'm not gonna lie, like we all need a little help. So,
Absolutely.
I'm just saying that I appreciate you for doing what you do and doing your due diligence to learn what you learn, and what you're learning. And I'm sure that, like, as you have more clients, you have more unique situations. You're expanding what you can offer. So,
Absolutely.
another question I had for you was, with the coaching program, what are the levels and what do people get with it?
So there's only one level for the coaching program. It's a group coaching program. And what you get is my 14 years of experience as a resource. So we're walking through your business from start to where your goals are and what is going to be the fastest action plan to get you results to be able to accomplish those goals. So we have a private members Facebook group where we support one another, network with one another. You get to ask your questions and get feedback from me. We have our live coaching component where we're meeting weekly and you get your questions answered live. And, I'm a hand hold you by the hand type of coach. So we're walking through processes together, going through sites together, just walking you through the process, as much as one-on-one as it could possibly be. You also get our online video modules where the trainings are there, our resource guides are there, our checklists are there. So you never really have to leave the program for anything. All the resources are provided for you, the checklist. So we really want you to understand why you're doing what you're doing so that you can get the results. And then also, once you learn it, you can duplicate the process for another business. So if you choose to start another business, you're starting it correctly from day one. So you can duplicate the process again and again and again. So that's a mixture of what the group coaching program has to offer.
Okay. Um, is it like a one-time payment or is it like a monthly subscription?
Oh, so that's something we typically talk about on a discovery call, depending on the client. So it is by invitation, so that we make sure that the program is a good fit for both parties to work together. There are some people that need other type of services, or just isn't in the right place to get started. So those are things that we go over on that discovery call to even determine if it's a good fit for the person to join the program. And then payment arrangements are discussed based on a client basis.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate that information. I appreciate you, like, just explaining to everybody what type of services you offer and how you can help
Absolutely.
them on their journey with their business and business funding. So,
Absolutely.
pretend like we're 5 years from now. Okay, we are 5 years from now. Where are you and what have you accomplished?
Wow, great question. 5 years from now, the business just has a fully functional team, and I'm more so doing service work. I want to be in a place where I'm really like in as many communities as possible, and educating our youth, educating, even, elderly, educating people who want to get started in the business. So I really have a passion for teaching. And so 5 years from now, we want to have more so of like educational community centers where this is just a curriculum that's in schools and, offered, just in a variety of ways, but just trying to information as easily as possible in as many communities as possible. So we're doing more speaking, more workshops, more hands-on trainings in different community centers and in the prison system, having them being prepared when they get out. So really to be in the community and making a change and a difference so that Our youth just has a better chance at their success. So 5 years from now, that's what we're doing.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Could you please let the people know how they can get in touch with you and how they can book your products, your services, and the business kit and everything?
Yes, absolutely. So you can connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram at I am Stephanie Lawrence. I also have a Facebook group where I teach credit all day, every day. And the Facebook group is called the Credit to Cash Movement for Entrepreneurs. And then you can schedule a call at any one of my pages. There are links to schedule a call with me. And I would love to just, talk about your goals, talk about your business, your needs, where you are and where you want to be. And what will be the best plan of action to help you achieve those goals. So yeah, I would love to connect and definitely share my expertise with you. And what other resources do we have? On LinkedIn as well. So I'm all over social media, but yeah, the main pages are I am Stephanie Lawrence on Instagram, I am Stephanie Lawrence on TikTok, and the private Facebook group called the Credit to Cash Movement for Entrepreneurs.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I appreciate you for joining me for this interview, and I know the audience definitely appreciates everything that you have to offer in the work that you're doing for our people, for people in general. So thank you so much, Stephanie. I will keep in touch with you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure and an honor to be here. Thank you again.
No problem. Bye.
Bye bye.